Hello there. Welcome to Just the Discs. We talk about Blu-rays here. And I know what you're thinking. How many favorites of the year videos is he going to do? And I promise you this is the last one. There was just a handful of titles that I forgot and or just wanted to squeeze in. One of them I just got after the last video, and you're going to be like, really? That's the one you were waiting for? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll go through these quick. I'll make this probably the quickest of these videos, but definitely some more things I wanted to mention. I'll start with From Beyond, from Vinegar Syndrome. This is a 4K, and Stuart Gordon, sort of the follow-up to Reanimator. And I got to be honest, as I've gotten older, it's become my preferred film. I don't know what that says about me. But that said, I really enjoy this film, as dark and as twisted as it gets, and it's really interesting to see Barbara Crampton and Jeff Combs kind of almost switch roles, not exactly, but at least tonally, it's very different than Reanimator, and just a really nice release from Vinegar Syndrome. Tons of extras, beautiful looking transfer. Yeah, just high recommend. If you haven't snagged that, definitely grab From Beyond. And then one more horror one. This is Final Exam. This came from Dark Force Entertainment. I don't buy a lot from them. Draw your own conclusions. But this one I couldn't resist because I just love Final Exam. Transfer looks good. Looks better than the Scream Factory Blu-ray. Unfortunately, the extras are nil. There are no extras on this version, so if you have your it's Dark Force and Code Red, by the way. If you have your Scream Factory, you're going to want to hold on to that, but I have to say this is it says brand new 4K scan with color correction from the original 35 negative. And like I said, it looks better. It's a goofy slasher. Radish forever. If you know this movie, you know Radish and how great he is. But yeah, just had to recommend snagging this. I think it's only on, maybe you can get it on eBay, but like Dark Force's site, their big cartel or something like that. But yeah, so Final Exam 4K. And then a bunch more Kinos that I left out that I shouldn't have. Serpico. There's some great Sidney Lumet 4Ks this year. This one looks fantastic and just packed with extras, commentary, a bunch of featurettes. This is a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from 4K scan of the original camera negative. Great performance from Al Pacino. Just one you should really have. Another Lumet, 12 Angry Men. Really great courtroom drama, but really it's the jury room drama, and incredible performances from Henry Fonda, and I mean it's really an all-star cast, but the ones that stand out are Lee J. Cobb as sort of the two poles of this trial where this kid is being accused of a murder and there isn't actually a lot of evidence, but as you may or may not know, the room starts out 11-1 in favor, and slowly people start to change their minds as they discuss. The other neat thing is that Lumet slowly moves the camera in as the movie goes until we're getting closer and closer to these guys' faces. It's a brilliant technique, and it's not done enough in this kind of a chamber piece. But anyway, this one looks great. This is a black and white movie, but it looks great. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from 4K scan of the original camera negative. Multiple commentaries. And you get the 12 Angry Men remake from 97, directed by Friedkin, which I'm a big fan of, which includes George C. Scott in the Lee J. Cobb role and Jack Lemmon in the Henry Fonda role, and a really great cast of others also. And a making of and inside the jury room. Really nice. Highly recommended 4K. Next up we have Ronin, John Frankenheimer's Ronin. I think a pretty terrific action movie that still seems to have some legs, still seems to have fans. It's from 98. Has a really great car chase, I think, from Frankenheimer, who, is no slouch in terms of showing his chops as an action director, but just a great, sort of a spy-ish, spy-adjacent story. Great cast, international, with De Niro in the lead, but Jean Reno and Natasha McElhone and Stellan Skarsgård and Sean Bean and Jonathan Pryce. Really great stuff. And this 4K is also, of course, a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from the original camera negative. And they're bringing over tons of extra features, including the old commentary from Frankenheimer. I think you're getting just about everything that's ever been released on this title, except I feel like there's one featurette that might be missing. But really, it's a pretty incredible package. These are 4K and Blu-ray. All the Kinos. And then lastly from Kino, we have Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. I want to say the debut film of Michael Cimino. Just a really great oddball 70s character caper comedy drama. Brand new Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scanner 35 camera negative. Eastwood and Jeff Bridges, great together. Good supporting cast that includes George Kennedy. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of this one. It looks great, and definitely worth snagging. And lastly, Young Guns. Really nice looking 4K of Young Guns came out this year. I hadn't watched this one in a while. Put it on with my son, and we had a blast with it. We're moving on to Young Guns 2 very soon. Hopefully Young Guns 2 gets a 4K at some point. I'm not sure if it's the same, if Lionsgate owns that one as well. But yeah, I mean, this cast is incredible. Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, Casey Shamasco, and more. The story of taking some liberties, but a story of Billy the Kid, played by Emilio Estevez, who's really great in that role. But yeah, just great chemistry between these guys and a good, action, Western from late 80s. I want to say 88. I may be misremembering that. But anyway, really good. I remember seeing it in the theater and really digging it. Maybe it was 90s. Anyway, Young Guns. And then, okay, so here's the one that I was waiting for. And again, you're going to say, what? But really excited about the Factory 25 release of Skateboard, the movie. Now, this movie is part of what I like to call fad movies. Movies where, and often these are done independently, not through a studio, because you have some group of people who think, oh, this is interesting, I can make a movie around it, and catch some audience because of the fad, in this case skateboarding. This film comes out in 1978. Skateboard was the first feature film to depict the height of the 70s skateboard craze. Many refer to it as the Bad News Bears of the sport. A Hollywood agent finds himself in debt to a powerful bookie. To make a fast buck, he creates a team of exceptionally talented skateboarders and enters them in a downhill race. If they win, they will get $20,000. Its star-studded cast includes Alan Garfield, 70s teen idol Leif Garrett, skateboarding legend Tony Alva, and iconic female freestyler and member of the Skateboarding Hall of Fame, Ellen O'Neill. And this is a new 2023 restoration of the film. It's been on VHS. I don't even know if it got an official DVD release. So this is really neat that it's getting this nice restoration. I mean, it's still, the elements are of a lower budget nature, so it's not like a pristine looking movie, but the transfer looks better than this movie has ever looked, and it's widescreen, and that's great. I mean, it's 178 to 1. Interview with director George Gage, 2010 commentary track with Tony Alva and George Gage. A very interesting commentary track, too, by the way. 24-page booklet with Tony Alva's 1978 skateboard glossary and essays by director George Gage and Jenny Gage. So this is an all-region disc. I just like it when a movie that hasn't been available for a long time and that I've had on VHS and had to keep the VHS because I'm like, well, I don't have another way to watch this, becomes available. And so... this was the impetus for this video, Skateboard the movie. And just a couple more things here. Robot Monster, really great 3D Blu-ray release from Bayview Entertainment, but it's restored in 3D by the 3D Film Archive guys, and that group is just absolutely fantastic in terms of the restorations and the care that they take. And this movie, yes, notoriously one of the worst movies of all time. I find it trippy and really kind of entertaining in its own way. And in 3D, even better. I think I maybe saw a screening of it in 3D years ago, but it's not quite the same movie unless you're watching it in 3D, I think. At last, can and must meet on the graft as the most demented, hilarious, and delightful 3D film of the Golden Age arrives in the showcase edition loaded with out-of-this-world extras, 2 hours of bonus features, over 2 hours. A cosmic catastrophe has wiped out humanity, and now the last 6 survivors must outwit that strangely iconic alien menace, Ronin. Of course, ape suit with the space helmet on him. Very iconic. Taking orders from the pitiless Great Guidance, Ronin wavers in his pursuit of human annihilation. When he falls in love with a girl, can dashing young Roy save her? Filmed in true stereo process, Robot Monster boasts excellent 3D that rivals big studio efforts to this day. I agree, and the 3D looks fantastic on this, and there's just so much in terms of the extras. You also get, of course, an anaglyph version of it if you want to watch it that way. But yeah, the actual features, there's like a bunch of like shorts, and oh man, Stardust in Your Eyes, 1953, Robot Monster's original prologue, commentary track. Yeah, just there's tons of stuff here that I can't even go through all of it, but it is really, really nice, nicely put together, and a really great disc. So this one I think I had to order from Bayview Entertainment. You might have to look them up, but it might be on eBay. It might be available elsewhere. But yeah, great 3D release. Had to recommend that. And lastly, the Nutty Professor in 4K from Paramount. This is Jerry Lewis, who, as a filmmaker, I'm a big fan of. Maybe his crowning achievement as a filmmaker, although he has done a ton of great movies, including The Ladies' Man, which I hope gets a 4K at some point. But this looks gorgeous. It's a very colorful film. You know the story. It's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde comedy, been remade with Eddie Murphy. But the original Buddy Love is really an amazing jerk, and he's played so well by Jerry Lewis, as is, the Doctor himself. This has got a new filmmaker focus with Leonard Maltin, new both sides of the camera, innovative genius of Jerry Lewis, presented by the Academy Science and Technology Council from September 2012. New Jerry Lewis and Frank Tashlin discuss The Nutty Professor, 1962 recording, plus over an hour of legacy features and content, including commentary by Jerry Lewis and Steve Lawrence, screen tests, deleted scenes, bloopers, and promos. So yeah, really nice release of The Nutty Professor in 4K, and I didn't see that mentioned in any other lists. Looks gorgeous, like I said, really, really nicely done. Anyway, that'll do it. Oh, actually, just 2 more things. Columbo, the Columbo set I've seen mentioned in some other videos, and that's totally great. I did a nice longer video on this one you can check out, where I just go through the casts of these episodes and how they're just really great, almost like lost mini movies, and how great a character Columbo is. Yes, it has no extras. We've talked about this, but this set looks gorgeous. These are really wonderfully presented 4K, restorations, remastered in 4K. But it's all the 70s stuff, seasons 1 through 7. Great set, great gift. And lastly, just a couple fun little, cheaper things that give you lots of movies. A couple from the good folks at Mill Creek. You have Sci-Fi from the Vault, 4 films, and Thrillers from the Vault, 8 films. And you get, like, the thrillers, you get The Black Room, The Man with 9 Lives, The Man They Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, The Boogie, Man Will Get You, The Devil Commands, The Return of the Vampire, and 5. I really like 5, by the way. And this says bonus features include Madness and Mayhem, Horror in the 30s and 40s, select audio commentaries. Yeah, so some of these actually do have commentary. Do they list them? I'm not seeing it, but I swear that Heath from Serial at Midnight has a commentary on one of these, but I could be wrong. Shoot. Well, anyway, they do have commentaries, which is unusual for a Mill Creek release. But yeah, really nice set there. And then for the Sci-Fi Vault, you get 20 Million Miles to Earth, Creature from with the Atom Brain, It Came from Beneath the Sea, and the 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock, which is a Abbott and Costello movie, or at least a Lou Costello movie. I swear they're both in it. Anyway, bonus features, They Came from Beyond and Fantastical Features, and this has also some select commentaries as well. So very cool, older sci-fi genre, thrillery horror stuff from Mill Creek. Anyway, thank you so much for watching these videos. You guys have been very kind in your support of the end of the year stuff. Definitely some of my most popular videos that I do, and I appreciate any new viewers, any new subscribers. Thank you for, sticking with me if you can. I'll be talking about Blu-rays through the next year, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.